Hello, hello, hello. Lovely, lovely souls. I just got done live streaming and the energies have been rough, if you've noticed, from the new moon readings and full moon readings I've been doing lately. So we have a honey lavender candle. I was gonna say calendar. Candle to kind of soothe things in, bring a little healing, a little relaxation, and like a little rest into the energies, and then also a little turtle to help us slow things down a little. All right, so let's do a collective reading. Hope you guys are doing well, and if you're looking for a personalized reading, you can find me in my Etsy shop at www.etsy.com/shop/psychicts. I have over 700 readings and over 200 5-star reviews just on Etsy alone. All right, let's get into it. What messages want to come through for the collective? All right, the energy's feeling good. A little bit peppier, a little more energetic. We're not just seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. We're actually there at the end of the tunnel. We're almost on the other side. So the light is already shining down upon us. Very nice. Love is in the air, but we're also being really balanced in our love. We're not just being floaty in our love. We're not just being airy about our love, just kind of like trusting blindly. We're not being blind in our love. We're being really realistic. You know, we're seeing our partners for who they are, not just all of their good qualities, but also their flaws, and loving them for their flaws. So very balanced. We're starting to see how we might complement our partner even in the areas where we feel like we're opposites, opposing each other. We're starting to think, you know what though? I see how we could work together. I see how this combination of them and myself, if I think outside the box, I see how this could be a winning combination. I see their strengths, I see my strengths, I see their weaknesses, I see my weaknesses, and I see how we fit together oh so perfectly. And that feels amazing. That makes me feel like we're a team, an equal partnership, both completely unique, but both bringing the same value to the partnership. I feel like your partner's career or the person of interest may be going really well for them right now. They might be having a lot of success. They might be really excited about it. They might be talking about it quite a bit. And I feel like you're excited about it too. I feel like you're really happy for them. You know that it's well deserved. Feels good to be excited about something, even if it's not yours. And guess what? Because of that, you're going to find that you're going to be feeling really good financially in about 2 to 3 months. So your turn is coming up too. Feel like you're feeling good about life. A little like you're on top of the world. Part of you doesn't know why you feel that way. Part of you does. It's almost like you have an understanding that's not in the mind, but rather in the body. Like, I can't put words to why I feel this way or how I'm going to stay on top of the world or what my process or strategy is. I couldn't tell you if you asked me, even if I wanted to, but I just know. I just have something in me that understands something on this really deep level. It's so deep that my mind can't comprehend it, but the rest of me does. Your auric field feels really strong and powerful. Keep working on that. Heighten it, add more energy to it, boost it up. If you do that, you will attract a lot of good things in 2 to 4 weeks. And then again in about 5 months. The one in 5 months may come to you as though it's a problem, an issue, something that you're not happy about. And then you will realize that it's actually something that you really wanted or really good for you. Or it's an opportunity for you to fix an issue that will then make you the hero or gain you recognition, or that you will learn something really powerful and helpful from it. And you will not get any bad reputation from it. Getting something about politics. Some of you may be interested in organizing or getting more involved, getting out there. If that is the case, go for it. It may be short-lived though. It may only be about 3 months that you actually end up participating before you drop it. You should still do it though, because I think you will reunite with it at a later time. So it might be short-lived now, but it is a theme that's going to come up for the next 3 to 4 years of your life. So it's short-lived, but also long-lived at the same time. Okay. Anything else? I think career is really important to you right now. Like, this is an area of your life that you really want to be successful in, that you really want to be good at, that you really want to be consistent with and committed to, and you really want to do your best and show your best. That's good. Just make sure that you are incorporating balance still, that you're not being all work and no play. Make sure that when you are not doing your work, that you are going out and having a good time. Now, because you are so focused on work, you might have this tendency to see work and see solutions everywhere you go. You go to a coffee shop, you see an interaction, and be like, oh, I like the way that this person talked about that. I could totally use that in my conversation with this person. Or, oh, I really like how they designed this. That gives me an idea of how I can design something at work. So your mind's going to be about work even when you're relaxing. That is okay, but just make sure that after you get that epiphany, you bring it back to the moment. You write down the epiphany and then you go plan it later, right? In the moment, enjoy who you're with. Make sure that you are giving yourself time to relax and enjoy life. And remember, be play as well as work, not just all play, not just all work. Okay. All right, some of you may be wondering, when are things going to work out for me? When is the work that I have put in, the seeds that I have planted, the energy that I have invested, the commitment that I have already given, when is that going to pan out for me? When am I going to see the results of that? Because it feels like it's not really going anywhere. It feels like I put in a lot of stuff only to get a lot of nothing. I worked really hard. I put a lot of energy into it. I thought I beat out the competition, if there was a competition. I showed my best. I proved myself. I thought I was in alignment with what I was supposed to be doing. I listened to you, Spirit. You gave me the guidance and I listened to it. I thought this was my purpose, my destiny. If so, where is it? Why are you playing with my heart, Spirit? Why are you playing games with me? Why does it feel like all the work that I thought was for sure going to work out for me? Because you told me, Spirit. Why do I feel like that was always just a gamble to begin with? That's how I feel like it is. I feel like I'm getting yo-yoed around. But you see, you will succeed. You will succeed. You are in a period of quiet right now, a period of isolation where Spirit's like, hang on, don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? Give it 2 weeks. Just give it 2 weeks. You will see how everything pans out. You will see how everything works out. You will see that yes, it was destined, and no, we weren't playing with your heartstrings. We weren't playing games with you. We don't do that. Sometimes we wish we could. It would make our job more interesting, but we don't really do it because it would mess with too much. So you will see that something is going to happen. Something's going to transform. You have been transforming through this. Right? The way that you work with Spirit now may be different than how you worked with it before, because you felt like something fell apart, because you felt like it didn't work and you've been played games with, and now you're doing things very differently than you were before. That change needed to happen because you could not succeed in the future with the old way of doing things. The old way of doing things served you at that point in time, but it would not have served you in the future. So you have to go through some kind of transformation in the way that you work, in the way that you execute, in the way that you plan, in the way that you handle your life, in the way that you achieve your goals. And that is why this all happened. Now you may feel like, okay, that's all good and well, but I already changed it. So where are the results then? If I learned the lesson, I made the change, why hasn't the thing happened yet? Whether it's love or career or something else. And Spirit is saying, because we're getting things ready for you, because you've done such a good job, that now we're going to be giving you something even better than you originally planned for. And you might think, well, Spirit, I feel like I'm getting punished, though. Okay, I know you're saying I'm going to get better, but really I'd rather have something now that I can hang on to that's tangible, that I can put in my bag, even if it's less than what you want to give me, even if it's less than what I deserve, because then at least I'd have something and I wouldn't be worried. And I wouldn't feel like I'm in limbo. I wouldn't feel like I've been yo-yoed around. I would have some kind of certainty, something concrete to hang my hat on. The Spirit is saying, just hold on. Just hold on, okay? Just hold on. You're going to be happy with it. It's really not that much longer. You think you're racing against time. You feel like you have a timeline, a deadline. You feel like if this doesn't happen now, everything's going to crumble. But you're not being realistic. You're not being honest with yourself. You have a little more time than you're giving yourself credit for, okay? So let us use that time. Sorry, puppies. 1 second. So let us use that time to get you something that's good. Something where this new method that you have now transformed into is really gonna pay off. And pay off big time, and pay off consistently, and pay off every single time. Big time, every single time, and over and over and over again. If you've been on a spiritual transformation and you've noticed that your process has changed, or if this is just your life process in general, your lifestyle, if something has changed, this may be the final major change that you've had. Maybe you've had many, many changes in the past, and it feels like you're going through a new iteration, then new iteration, then new iteration. Maybe you're into one methodology before, then another, then another, then another. And you never quite found your way. You never quite felt at ease with it. There was always like a piece that was missing. Well, this is the final time that you're going to make that change. A big change. There may be smaller tweaks along the way, but for the most part, it's going to be what this is now. You've found your way of life. You have attained mastery. You have the formula. You have the framework that is repeatable and consistent, that will get you results. It is a scientific framework towards life or spirituality. You have crossed the treacherous bridge. It's felt like it, hasn't it? It's felt like every step of the way, one of the planks could break. If I step just wrong, if I say just the wrong thing or just at the right time, if I spill the beans a little too soon, if I hold back a little too much, everything could collapse. Everything that I had planted that I thought was destined will break, because something happened to where you felt like that already happened. And so now you've been trying to tread carefully. But Spirit is saying, shed all of that. Shed all of that. Because with this process, there's nothing you can do wrong. If you follow the path, it doesn't matter if you stray, if you don't follow the exact steps, if you do it with your own style, your own flair, your own way, that won't matter. Right? You don't have to be so robotic anymore. Not with this path. So the rules that used to be rules are now only guidelines. You don't have to be perfect. You're going to get the results that you want. 7 of Cups, you may feel like, well, I don't really have a lot of options, so why is this here? Huh? Because you may have several options that you will have to pick from. And this process that you learned here, that you have mastered, you will need to utilize to be able to pick the best option. Which one is most aligned with the path that I want? Which is most aligned with the path that I'm most guided to or most connected to? When you use your framework to answer that question, you will make the best choice possible. And then you will be back in your power, not only on the internal, but also in the external. So, good things are happening. I know Spirit keeps saying, just wait a little longer. But, just wait a little longer. Because you are on this path. You've made the transition, that transition. You got to shed some old skin though still. This need for perfection, this need for fitting in the box, the need for doing everything perfectly right, and if I don't, I'm going to jinx it. You need to shed all of that still. But good things are happening, your framework will work, and it will help you decide where to go next. Bottoms of the deck. Victory and success. That is where you're headed for. That is what you have learned here. This has been your lesson for all this tumultuous time that has felt like all you have done is fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. You know what the lesson has been? How to win. How to win and win and win and win. For the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. Now you know how to win because you failed so hard. Not because you are bad, not because you're wrong, but because that's what you wanted. You wanted to know how to win for forever. What is the thing I got to do to always win? And so you went on this journey and you learned the lessons and now you have the answer. And you know what part of winning was? Having balance. Having balance with work and home. Having balance with seeing the good parts about someone we love, but also seeing their flaws and being honest about that. Because here's what happens when we focus only on the good parts of a person. When they do something that doesn't fit into that image, it's like everything shatters and we think, oh, it's like I don't even know you. Who even are you? How could you do that? You betrayed me. When they didn't. They're being who they are. They showed you their good sides and their negative sides. You just didn't pay attention to the negative sides, so then you get surprised, and then it feels like the whole world has shattered and you have to make a drastic decision because it feels like something drastic just happened. Whereas if you're open about both sides and were balanced and receive both sides, when they do something that fits into that side, you're like, well, okay, I kind of knew that. It's not drastic. It's part of their makeup. I don't need to make a drastic decision or choice or take a drastic action anymore, right? There's balance. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. This could be about love. This could be about work. Maybe at work you've drunk the Kool-Aid before in the past. I love this company. I love the products. They're amazing. Everybody's cool. You walk in, noticing the best of everything, ignoring the red flags. And then after, a year or something, the red flags are building and building and building and building. And now all you can see are the red flags. Like they're proving themselves to you over and over and over again. You think, oh, what happened? How did I not see this before? Well, you did see it before. You just decided to ignore it. And if you had seen it before, maybe you would have jumped ship sooner. Been like, you know what? There's positives and negatives here. Do the negatives outweigh the positives? I don't think so. So the moment I get the chance, I'm going to go somewhere else. Or you might have thought, you know what? I think this is a good balance. It's better than where I've been before. I'm okay with this. I can handle this. And you would have known how to navigate around the negatives. If you ignore them, you're not navigating around them. They're happening and they're bumping up to you and you're catching them and you're just like, ah. But if you see them, you can be like, they come and you're just like, you just keep missing them. Or you know how to address them head on in moments where you have to. And you're not taken by surprise. And then you don't have to make a drastic action. Because when we feel like something drastic has happened to us, like something has just like gone completely haywire, we feel like to balance it out, we have to do something drastic in return. Whether that's a conscious plan or not, that is what we do. So when we are aware of everything, nothing feels so drastic, everything feels balanced because we are balanced in our perception. And therefore we do not take drastic actions, we take logical step-by-step actions. And then when Spirit gives us guidance, we combine that with the logic and we take really, really good action that's appropriate for us and our plan. Maybe in the past you were either all Spirit or all logic. And neither one really worked for you. You didn't know how to combine it, and now you do. Right now you have that balance. You're going to have happy home. You're going to have victory in all its forms. When it comes to money, maybe it won't show up just yet. I feel like 5 to 6. So 5 to 6 months, 5 to 6 weeks, depending on who you are. Not 5 to 6 years, okay? 5 to 6 months or 5 to 6 weeks. You will have the victory there as well. It's just that sometimes you got to do some other things that then will amount to these things or lead to these things. But you're realizing that you're happier at home or in love, feeling more comforted in yourself and your soul and in your personal life. You're going to have victory in your career life as well. And now you know to balance the two, right? That's what creates a happy, holistic home. That's what our soul purpose is to achieve in all areas The whole cycle, the whole circle, every area of the zodiac sign, all the 12 pieces of the life pie. Not just one or the other, because that is imbalance. And that's when everything becomes extreme, because you're all on one end, not on the other. And again, drastic action comes from extreme perceptions that we have. All right. So, what is the action that you're supposed to do here? Know you're going to be victorious, have balance in your life, personal life, work life, logic, intuition, positives of someone or something, negatives of someone and something. Understand this framework. You don't need to understand it logically. You may only understand it in your body on a subconscious level, but you understand it and you know. I can't put words to it, but I know I get something. So continue on that path. Use that to make decisions as decisions are needed. They will keep you aligned to your path and to your happiness and to your joy. You're in a period of isolation. That's okay. Shed the skin of needing to be perfect, of worrying about things getting jinxed. The attachments that you have to the old way, let them go. The old mentalities. You're entering into your power. You have crossed over the treacherous bridge. You're almost towards the end. Just a few more steps. So, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope that this served you. And if this was a video that you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up. And if you think this channel could serve somebody else in your life, please share the channel. And I will catch you in the next one.